Hi, this is Brett Douglas. It's been a couple of weeks since I made a video, so I have quite a bit to go over. I'm going to start off by saying they finally fired Peter Strzok, the FBI agent. I was happy about that. Also, Jeff Sessions is in a hot seat again, and Turkey's doubling their tariffs, so there's a little tariff war going on with Turkey. And the big one, it actually is the least important, but according to mainstream media, that's all they're talking about. Omarosa, in her book, says Donald Trump called her the N-word. Donald Trump replies by, "I didn't call that dog the N-word." So, some people find it humorous. I find a little bit of humor in it, but that's to one's own opinion. That's all over mainstream. Now, there's a lot more important issues going on. Like there's a lot of primaries in Connecticut. Stefanowski, my home state, won. It wasn't the candidate I voted for. I voted for Hearst. Now, Stefanowski wants to get rid of the income tax. Now I find that hard for a state to actually pay their bills when they do that. After so many years since Weicker, I believe that was in the early 80s, was governor, and put in place the Connecticut income tax. So that's going to be interesting. And Malloy's ratings are so low now. That's the current governor we have. So I think Stefanowski probably will be the next governor. So we'll won't elect another Democrat one after we had a failed 2 terms by Malloy. So now it's another thing. The NFL didn't learn their lesson. They're kneeling again. We got to see what's going on there too. And if you live in Vermont, there's something interesting going on there too. The first transgender is going to be running for governor. It's going to be the incumbent governor against Halquist, the first transgender. Now this is good news for me, a Republican, because I think this will definitely make another Republican governor stay in place in Vermont. I don't think she'll have any chance of winning at all. So I consider this a good news for the Republicans. Even though a lot of transgender, the LGBTQ, RST, whatever they call themselves now, they keep adding more letters to their name. They consider this good news, which it could be, but they'll find out that it's not going to be such good news when the actual election comes along in November and she loses and the current Republican governor gets another term. This is in Vermont. There's not too many votes so that's the reason why she probably actually got that far. But we'll see what happens there. Now, this is something what I consider the biggest news going on right now. Brennan, former CIA director, had all of his security revoked, his security clearance, which I consider a good thing. When someone is no longer working at a company, they shouldn't have permission to go in and poke around, look through files, and ask questions and all that stuff. People say he wasn't really using it much anyways, but this is just the beginning. Trump wants to get rid of all the security clearance for people that don't need it, which is good news. And of course, the Russian collusion stuff is still going on. It's all a bunch of hogwash, like I said before. But we'll see what goes on there. It's the Clintons that were really colluding. I don't know if that'll ever come out, though, the truth on that. Because the Clintons, they have that Teflon, nothing really ever binds to them. They get away with so much. For many, many years, they've been getting away with a lot. So, the Omarosa thing, that woman that wrote a book, this is going to be something interesting to watch, because she has all kinds of recordings and she's going to be putting herself in the hot seat too. Lawsuits and everything. We'll see what goes on there. But Trump has his own unique way with words, saying, I didn't call the lady an N-word. She's a dog. And in my opinion, she is too. But the kneelers too. We'll see. I don't think this is going to continue with the kneelers. When they finally realize that they could be losing their salaries, their $1 million contracts, because they're kneeling, and they have no other talent whatsoever. Most of them have very low IQ. It was all fake going through college to get their jobs, their careers, and they're in NFL where they only need to work a couple of years kicking around, catching balls and stuff, and like all the athletes. And then they get another contract after as a news, a sports announcer and stuff. So it would be foolish for them to give up all that they work so hard for and train for just because of a kneeling thing. So either way, whether or not you believe that they should have the right to or not for protest, it would be foolish for them to do this. So I just had to, open my mind up a little bit and fill you in on a little bit. I didn't go into detail, but I just wanted to basically make another video so people know that I'm still making them, because I know it's been a couple of weeks. And I usually make about 2 a week. So I guess that's about it. I'll make another one very shortly, and I'll go into detail on a couple of things. Mostly, I'm going to be paying attention to this example that they made out of with the security, Brennan, and see who else gets their security revoked. But I hope the next one is Hayden. I don't trust that guy. And we'll see what happens. Until next time, this is Brett Douglas. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.